everybody, it's Starla Shay and I'm here with Girl Start Over, and today I want to talk to you about how to start over after your business idea fails. Here is going to be my 5-step advice for anybody who is starting a business again after a business failed. So for starters, if your business failed, it does not mean that you're a failure. It doesn't even mean that you have the wrong idea. Something happened that your business failed. But whatever the reason is, you're not a failure, and that doesn't mean you don't start your business again. So the very first thing that you can do after your business fails is regroup. So how do you know, first of all, even when your business fails, if you give it out, because in the beginning of any business, you're not going to generate like $1 billion your first time you launch, right? But I would give it about a year to genuinely say, hey, my business failed. It took me 2 years to know that. I didn't know that like in the very beginning, but if you are calling yourself a full-time entrepreneur and you can't pay your bills, you can't pay your phone bill, you can't feed your kids, your business has failed, especially if it's after a year. Because at that point, it's like, okay, you should have done something. If you're marketing, you're doing what you need to do and it hasn't worked, failure. What do? You regroup. You pull back from the business, and you pull back from posting, you pull back from everything. And I know that's kind of like the last thing you want to do. Like once you notice failure, you probably want to pour all your money into marketing, get some influencers, and we'll talk about that in a separate video. But once you notice that your business has failed, regroup and regroup with God. Literally, go back to God to find out what it is you were supposed to do in the first place. Go back to the vision you have for your business and find out, why did you start that business in the first place? And is that the business that you should have started? Because sometimes we have desires for stuff and it really be good desires. And it could be something you supposed to do whole time. Like, for instance, I had a desire for makeup. I am supposed to be in makeup, but it wasn't the right timing. It wasn't the right situation. Like, stuff just wasn't right. So, or you could have supposed to have another type of business in the same field. So even if you was in the makeup field, but you, let's say, didn't operate in lashes, maybe you were supposed to operate in lip gloss, maybe you were supposed to be doing something else. So it's good to go back and find out, why did I do this in the first place? What was I doing? And don't just pull back and like, what am I doing wrong? But pull back and look at you and what's going on in your soul, what's going on in your heart, what's going on in your mind, because that is going to help you determine where you at. And that's going to help you determine how you can honestly see how you failed and how things did not work. So the reason I say regroup first, and honestly just dealing with the fact that your business failed, is going to be so key to you looking in the mirror and being like, I did this wrong. God, I need help. Is to reevaluate. So first you regroup. First you look at yourself and you say, what's going on? But then you reevaluate. Okay, where did I go wrong? What could I have done better? Why did this happen like this? X, Y, Z. You could begin to ask yourself questions about yourself, about your business, about the color scheme, like your whole message, what you put out. Like, literally take time. Look at your business. Look at your posts. Look at what your money for marketing has done. Look at every single thing and literally take in and see what went wrong. The only way for something to not go the same way twice is for you to say, hey, I did this wrong. Let me not do it this way again. Let me do it another way the next time that I do it. One thing for me, when I did have my lash company at first, I lacked a marketing plan. I lacked it so heavy. And marketing is literally the key ingredient to any business. I looked into what causes businesses to fail. Lots of them had something to do with money, not having enough money or whatever. But the second thing, I looked up 8 different places. The second thing was they didn't have a marketing strategy. Marketing is just basically showing people, hey, this is what I have to offer you, and here is why you need this. Okay, if you don't present your business to people, how will they know to come buy it? So that is really key. So you need to really look at what happened and what went wrong, and not in a way like, oh, I'm so bad, but in a way that's like, really, okay, I need to do this again, because you're not a failure. It's still possible for you to be rich. It's still possible for you to be a millionaire. It's still possible for all those things that God has planned for you, but you got to do it differently than you did. So the third thing is going to be replan. So after you reevaluate and see what went wrong, you have to replan. So I do recommend having a business plan, and I will make a separate video on that. But until you get a professional business plan, Get a plan that makes sense for you, a plan that you can understand, a plan that you could take to God and be like, Lord, this is the plan, a plan that you could tell somebody about, because it's no good if you have a 20-page document and you can't explain it to nobody. What is the plan that you can do? What can you redo now? And when replanning, a lot of it is in action first. A lot of it's going to be really sitting down, researching, thinking, and it's like, okay, what is it that I actually can do? Because I don't know, like a lot of it's going to be sitting down and thinking about, okay, what can I and can I not do? What worked and what did not work? So did it work when you post reels all day? No. Did it work when you was on Instagram all day? No. Okay, don't worry about Instagram. Did it work when you was on Facebook? Yes. Okay, stick to Facebook. Did it work when you did X, Y, and Z? Find that out so you can replan and create a plan around only what worked. So don't worry about what didn't work. So what didn't work for a reason. So don't use it. If Instagram didn't work for you, don't go back to Instagram. Don't figure out how to try to beat the algorithm this time. Listen to me. Listen to me. If it didn't work, it didn't work. Okay? If you was doing good on Instagram and not on Facebook, don't try and go get a Facebook. It didn't work. Listen to me. Do where you have done well and where you wasted your time and exasperated your energy. Don't go back to that. Like literally be where God has placed you to be. Because there are certain people who do really well on Etsy, but not in other social media platforms. Making bank off Etsy, ain't making $1 off Instagram. So you just have to find like really what works for you. But take a look at your wins, take a look at your losses, and what was the loss, what didn't work. Don't do it again. So my fourth tip is going to be to re-dream. So this seems so basic, but after failure, and I would speak even from a failed relationship, it's not the same, but it low key is the same. Because listen, usually you and somebody break up, y'all don't like each other, or it's not even that y'all don't like each other. For whatever reason, y'all broke up. They could have broke up with you could have broke up with them. But when you like somebody or you love somebody, and that relationship separate, your identity, if you was in a toxic relationship, your identity was wrapped up in the man. And so your identity separate with them, your money separate with them because likely you put a lot of money into them, or they should be putting a lot of money into you. Men should be putting money into us, period. But you feel me? You might have cars with them, you might have a business with them, you might have all kind of stuff with them. But now, once you realize the relationship failed, it has to come to a separation. And that separation can feel devastating. It can literally feel like death. So in the same way with your business, you loved your business, you spent time with your business, you did stuff for your business that you never did for nobody else in your life and that nobody ever did for you. It was like you got your first bomb relationship that you deserved, and then it failed. You wasn't planning on it. Y'all broke up. You didn't want it to go that way. So how do you get out of that? Usually women, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we change our hair, we try to get our nails done, we try to, I'm going to look cute, I'm going to feel good. But you got to redream. You can't hold on to the fact that relationship didn't work out. What do? You figure out, okay, next time I want a different kind of man. So with the same way, okay, I still love lashes. I still love makeup, but I want a different kind of makeup business. Okay, I want to do a different kind of thing this time. So what does that look like? And literally dream with God. Like, Lord, give me the ability to dream again, because I know what it's like to not dream. I literally was so crushed after my business failed, that relationship, like everything went wrong. I couldn't dream. Literally, I was not dreaming in my sleep or in real life. Like, I was miserable. I was literally miserable. So you don't have to be miserable so you can dream again and dream with God. And however long it takes for you to dream again though. Get back to the place of dreaming. I don't know about you, but I used to write short stories about stuff I wanted to do and just like imagine myself in them. So this is not no manifestation stuff because we got the blood of Jesus. We praise the Lord Jesus Christ over here, but just on a real talk, dream. Like, oh my gosh, this is how I want this to be. If I had a business, I would want to, a nail boutique, and I would want this and I want that. Dream again, and don't be afraid to dream again. And when you dream this time, write it out. And when you dream this time, pray about the dream and give it back to God and say, Lord, is this your will? Because this is what's in my heart. And then the final fifth tip is going to be restart. So restart. When do you restart? There is not a time frame on restart. Listen to me. You don't have to restart in a week after you did all the steps. Sometimes this process could take years. Listen to me. This process could take 3 months. This process could take a month. This process could take you 5 months. I'm trying to tell you, take as long as you need, but always restart. Don't forget that even after your business failed, you're not doing this because you a failure. You're doing this because you're going to get back in the business. You're going to get back in the game, and it's going to work this time. So restart. You're going to have a business again. Do not forget to restart even after you do all of these steps. It's still for you. And even if you don't restart and let's say buy all this inventory again in that way, you can start posting again. You can start doing your makeup again before you start buying you a lash company. You can start doing your hair again before you start getting your wigs and stuff. You don't have to pour all this money and stuff into inventory first. And I think that's a thing that I thought like in the past. It's not about the inventory. It's about who watching it, who gonna get what you're buying, who gonna see it, who life is gonna be changed. People's life can be changed before you have a product. The real product is you. If people like you, they're gonna buy from you. That's really what the business is. It's not really so much the business, the lashes or the whatever itself, but that could be a part of it too. So I hope this video was helpful. I pray that it was encouraging. But listen here, sis. Girl, you got to start over. You got to start over. Your business, you're not failed. You're not a failure. It's not over. You just need a different technique this time. But you got to be ready for the different technique this time. And you have to be ready to not do the same thing again. Whether it take you 1 month to recover or whether it take you a whole year. Whatever your process is, girl, start over. Literally, it's not over, and your best life is ahead of you. You can have a new life. Okay? So, y'all have a blessed day, y'all. Okay, bye.